Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today, we are talking about the must-have cards right now in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. There's not going to be only 5 cards in this video. They're pretty much like categories. There are some individual player spots, though, as well. And I also just tried not putting all the best players in the game in here, which, you know, that happens sometimes. It's just like all the, you know what I mean? Like, they're the must-have guys. But there really isn't even a price range either. This video is just guys that I think really could be like good cheats for theme teams or good cards to build teams around and things like that. So, yeah, before we get started, of course, if you are part of the 63% of people who watch the videos and are not subscribed, let's change that right now. Head down there, hit the subscribe button, turn those notifications. And tonight I'll be live over on Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern. Come through, link down in the description. Okay, our first category is going to be free agency fillers. I think that, you know, depending on what your team looks like, obviously this doesn't really apply as much to people who don't have all 32, or, you know, or a normal theme team, like, you know, you have a promo theme team like Super Bowl or playoffs or whatever. This doesn't apply to you, but if you have a 32, one of the 32 theme teams, I think getting guys like Dalton Schultz and Mike Uwenu are both really good. Even like Devin White can kind of fall in here, but I feel like these guys that, you know, the free agency cards, they're solid, but I think like at positions like, you know, tackle, where Mike Uwenu gets, you know, some good, you know, one good 0 AP ability, whether you want to go with all day or whether you want to go with actually 2 good ones, so natural talent and all day at the same time. Mike Uwenu also has very end game stats, so this card right here is a good just kind of plug and play guy if you have a normal theme team. Dalton Schultz is actually the same. You know, some formations you got 2 tight ends, and for a lot of teams, your backup tight end is some, you know, probably Brock Bowers or some just low overall, just bad tight end, or even maybe even your starting tight end's bad. So Dalton Schultz being able to get up to 96, 97 speed and be a good run blocker and run every single route over 90, and then also get 2 really good 0 AP abilities as well. So you can just kind of plug them in and just forget about it. Being able to go matchup nightmare in mid and elite is just crazy. And even getting 1 AP tight end apprentice, if you're someone that doesn't have hot round master, is also very, very good. So at our number 5 spot today, we get the free agency fillers. And of course, there are other free agency cards, but I just chose those 2 as those 2 are my favorite kind of, you know, fillers, not really the focal point kind of guys, just kind of guys that, you know, are going to do a job for you. Simple as that. And next up, we have a couple cornerbacks at number 4. I really couldn't think of a better name for this, but, you know, a couple cornerbacks. That's what we got here. So I like Pat Surtain. I think Pat Surtain's a phenomenal buy. I also kind of went for value here as well, like effectiveness and value kind of in the best cards of the buy realm of things. But yeah, he's able to play man, able to play zone. Very versatile cornerback option. You know, deep routes, great for deep routes, obviously. You can go pick artists with that, or even deep route, medium route, whatever you want to do. But I think deep zone is probably the more popular option with the pick artist. Pat Surtain is an absolute stud. I like Sauce Gardner as well. Has a little bit more man-to-man in this game. Doesn't get a deep out zone KO, but I think is the better card. Like 6'3", better speed, things like that. So Sauce is obviously a stud. If you're playing man-to-man, that deep route outside shade is no joke, or even outside shade pick artist is absolutely no joke. I'm running that right now on him. It goes crazy. So Sauce Gardner, also do like for his price, kind of in that $400 to $500K price range. You're getting these top-end cornerbacks, which to me is very good, and probably the cheapest it's been all year to get top-end cornerbacks. Also, yes, Charles Woodson, I like him too. Mainly for the tackling stats, but also does get deep out zone and pick artist for just 1 AP, but very good against the run. Like, obviously, kind of a safety corner kind of guy, and they really made it translate here with this card. I mean, can hit, has good pursuit, good finesse move. He's a demon. So Charles Woodson, without question, needs to make it. And one more honorable mention, I would say, is Trayvon Diggs. I think Trayvon Diggs is actually a really good card. He's 6'1", 97 speed, and the abilities on this card, they're man-to-man abilities. So, you know, a little bit outdated, but I think the man-to-man abilities are kind of nice. Like getting deep route, pick artist, or, you know, deep route, short route, whatever you want to do with the card is pretty nice for his 2 AP. So I think he's more of a man-to-man guy, but hopefully that gave you guys enough options as far as the cornerbacks go. But say you have a team with, say you have like a Chiefs theme team, for example, or a Niners theme team, for example, where they really only have 1 or 2 good corners. That's Shavarius Ward, you know, and you got to get a new corner, you know, to kind of fill that void. I think like guys like Sauce, guys like Surtain, guys like Charles Woodson, and guys like Trayvon Diggs, depending on scheme, are great fillers. Okay, coming in at number 3, we have the Colossus players. Simple as that. Just players that are able to get the Colossus X Factor and just let it stay on. I mean, I just exited out Patrick Willis. That's on me. But, yeah, I mean, it's simple as that. You know, the Colossus ability is so good. On these combine players, obviously it starts off and then turns on, and then it's on for the rest of the game, and it's just relentless. beating double teams, just throwing linemen around like they're not even there. Colossus is genuinely one of the best abilities in this game. I use Harrison Phillips with it right now, but even Patrick Willis being able to get it, I think this card gets kind of overlooked as an edge rusher, to be honest. I mean, the dude gets perfect traits. I mean, he has LT-like traits, over 90-90, can stop the run at a high level, has crazy speed, and is he only $1 million? I might get my hands on this card. I might buy him to rush off the edge. I'm not even kidding. And then Colossus, which is kind of a low usage rate on the card because more guys are kind of using him as a user, but Colossus is crazy on a guy with those stats. I mean, like, Harrison Phillips to me plays crazy, and his like speed isn't great, and he's still going crazy. You know what I mean? And then you have Brian Orapco here. He of course does get it as well. Colossus Combine, probably more of a budget version of I guess Patrick Willis, but you see, like, the traits are not perfect. He's under 90 in finesse moves, so this card isn't perfect, but still a really good buy. We also do have George Karlaftis as well. His is going to be lighted up, so if you light up the card, give him the +1 speed, 95 speed, it's on for the whole game, and it doesn't shut off, obviously. So yeah, just Colossus lighted up. Colossus, all I can say is that it's broken, okay? If you notice, you're kind of getting into a game and your opponent's just getting consistent pressure up the middle every single time, and you know where to go, and you're throwing checkdowns over and over again, but once he's taking checkdowns away, you try going down the field, but the pass is just too good. They probably have Colossus, okay? And also, honorable mention here would be Unstoppable Force. It's still a good ability, but to me, Colossus just plays just better. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with these guys here. I think I got all of them. All of the guys that kind of get it as like a special X factor. If I did miss one, drop a comment down below. Help somebody out, but I think I got all of them. I hope I did. I really do. Coming in at number 2, I know people don't want to hear it, but it's the Bo Jacksons. Bo Jackson is the best quarterback in the game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you want to use someone else because you think you're good with them or they're fun, sure, that's fine. If you're winning games with those guys, that's fine. But Bo Jackson is the best. He's objectively the best release in the game. The only problem is the throw under pressure, but you're able to kind of overlook that with the Fearless Strat card. Any way you're able to get that throw under pressure up over 90, it makes Bo Jackson that much better. Not to mention, best release, like one of the best ability stacks in the game right now with Tactician, Gift Wrap, Gunslinger, and Set Feet with already the best release and 98 speed, and can just do everything. Like, the card is stupid good. Okay, he's stupid good. I don't need to talk about the Bo Jackson QB anymore, but I think he's probably the most must-have on here right now. Also, the running back. He's also the best running back in the game. I don't know what running back's going to come out this year that's going to be better than Bo Jackson. The only guy to me that's been close to Bo Jackson as far as how the card moves is Peyton Hillis. That's the only guy I felt that's been close to Bo Jackson this year as far as just pure movement. This card, you add the angry runs, that's all for 9 plays and on for the rest of the game. You add Bruiser and Evasive for just 2 AP, on top of the... I mean, it's stupidly good. And the price is just so accessible to get this card. It really is. And say you're someone that, has a quarterback you like Anthony Richardson better, sure. But make sure you're using running back Bo Jackson, please. I mean, he's the best running back in the game. All you have to do to make him the best in the game is just invest 1 AP. You don't even need to do the second AP. You don't even need to do that. You don't even have to do it. Even outside linebacker Bo Jackson, stud, okay? Dude's an absolute stud. So he's a pretty good pass rusher. I've noticed he has more success in contains, and once a quarterback drops out back too far, rolls out too far, he'll just scream off that edge with 98 speed. It's crazy how he plays. But yeah, 97 finesse move, and he's got basically Lawrence Taylor-like traits, which is crazy. If he was 90-90, he'd be glitchy. He's still pretty solid. Does of course get like a dual threat X factor, which is pretty solid as far as rushing the passer goes and things like that. But I like this card because sometimes to try to catch my opponent off guard, I'll just rush 3 and I'll user that Bo Jackson off the edge and try to catch my opponent off guard, whether he's running trips on the left side. I'll try to drop out there and make a play, you know what I mean? So I think Bo's really good for that. And again, he does get 0 AP Lurk Artist and Secure Tackler. So you can go 0 AP Lurk Artist, Secure Tackler, and I would probably say dual threat on the card if you're going to use them. All that for just 1 AP, being able to be a good user, good against the run, and be able to rush the passer pretty well, and even get KOs when you drop into coverage is really, really good. So Bo Jackson, right outside linebacker, also definitely does make it 100%. Look how many Bo's there are in the game right now. Strong safety Bo, no. Where's the cornerback Bo and tight end Bo? Tight end Bo, I would probably say is on the lowest end of this because he's really only going to be super glitchy if you use Vanguard. Yak him up is actually pretty nice on the card, though. I won't lie. Yak him up could definitely be interesting on this card. It definitely could be. Yak him up could potentially go crazy, but I think Vanguard probably the best run blocking ability in the game. If you're able to pair an angry runs with a Vanguard, it makes you pretty much unstoppable. But even 0 AP Titan Apprentice is really good. 0 AP Bruiser is really, really good. Just very good abilities on tight end Bo Jackson. But it's crazy that this card's on the lowest end of the must-have, because, you know, I feel like people using Vanguard's a little bit more niche at this point. And finally, we have quarterback Bo Jackson. Again, I mean, hit power, block shed, impact block, can rush the passer for whatever reason, man, zone. Only problem with this card is that he is strictly kind of a man guy as far as abilities go. So if you want to make him really good in zone coverage, you would have to run dual threat on the card to get KOs in zone coverage. So dual threat, I mean, it's possible to play him in zone because, yeah, he's able to get dual threat, which I would recommend because it works in zone coverage. But if not, you could always just go with a nice, you know, pick artist, and that's it, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, you could always just do that. So I think all the Bo Jacksons are must-have cards. Whether, you know, you have a combine team, you don't have a combine team, you should have at least one Bo Jackson on your team. And I think that is the moral of our number 2 spot today. And at number 1, we have the all 32 LTDs. Yes, we got Mike Evans and we got Kyle Hamilton. Both of these cards are beautiful. Okay, Mike Evans probably on the lesser end of the beautiful. I think Kyle Hamilton is like perfect. He's like handsome Squidward. 98 speed, 97 acceleration. The route running's perfect. This man's 6'5", by the way. And as a ball carrier, he's crazy. Okay, it's pretty insane. 95 COD, can stiff arm, can truck, can juke, break tackle, carrying. Only thing I wish he had was a little bit of run block, a little bit of dog in his game. This card, basically, when they don't give a receiver run block, they're basically saying he has no dog. That's basically what they're saying. But 98 speed, if you just have a 25 team, Mike Evans is able to get 99 speed on the team. Only problem with this card, and both these cards, is the fact that they don't get an X Factor. No X Factors, like some of the guys we've seen already on this list today. But Matchup Nightmare is very underrated in my opinion, and also Deep Elite for 1 AP. I would go Deep Elite and Matchup Nightmare on Mike Evans. I think right there it's a pretty good combo. And this card, again, on any team, is like, it's just crazy. Okay, it's simple as that. He's simply just crazy. And then Kyle Hamilton, I think this is probably the best card in the game right now. It's either him or Tariq Woolen. I think it's either him or Tariq Woolen right now for that number 1 spot. I think some of the Bows are close to this, to be honest. But look at these, like, pick artist and deep zone for free is insane, right? And then you also match that with the fact that he's able to get 99 speed on, you know, on theme teams, can play man, can play zone, can tackle. Like, he is pretty crazy. So I think in my number 1 spot, we have the free agency, or the all 32 LTDs. But a couple honorable mentions that you want to talk about. I think Pittman is solid. Kind of going back to our Michael Wenu, you know, back over here. I think Pittman can be like a good little filler. You know what I mean? I like these free agency cards as far as like not being the guy, but like just being a guy on the team that gets the job done. That's what I feel. That's how I feel about these cards right here. That's how I feel. Obviously Mike Evans is different. I think Stephon Gilmore is also pretty good. The only problem with the card is the fact that he doesn't really get deep out zone KO, which again is kind of the same problem with Sauce. But if you play man, he's great. But either way, top 5 must-have cards. I guess I can kind of make it top 5 must-have card categories is probably what I should title the video. But either way, appreciate you watching today's video, and I will see you boys in the next one.